welcome to the B Team Podcast. I am your host, Josh Safran, with my co-host,
Matt Mars,
and our permanent guest,
Rob Nelson.
We're here every week to talk to you about all things Bentonville, bourbon, and business. The B Team Podcast. Be here. Welcome to the B Team Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Safran, along with my co-host,
Matt Mars, and the one and only permanent guest,
Robert
Nelson.
And we're here every single week to talk to you about all things Bentonville, bourbon, and business. And we always have with us to open the show Mr. Russ Kempton to go through the coolest bourbons that we're drinking. And today, Russ, what do we have in front of us?
Josh, thanks for having me this afternoon. Again, great seeing you, Matt, and great seeing you, Rob, the permanent guest now. That's great. I like that new designation.
Very special.
Yes.
It changes daily.
I guess it does. And so my favorite bourbon the last 20 years we are drinking this evening, this afternoon. Henry McKenna.
Really?
10-year-old, single barrel, bottled and bond. That is a mouthful. This is the only 10-year-old single barrel bottle and bond in the marketplace that I'm aware of that's here consistently. You know, it was out of stock for a while just because of the big award it won in San Francisco several years ago, but it's starting to come back on the shelf. So remember when we had Old Carter on the last episode? You know, that color, and I talked about it. Well, look how rich this is, that deep, rich red mahogany, color that this has here. So this is a 10-year-old single barrel. Every single barrel is unique and different. No two were alike. And this got the old tax stamp on here. This is a replica of the tax stamp that is still on this label today. In 1986, the government did away with the tax stamp, the last federal excise tax in 1986. But so they still pay homage, like Colonel Taylor does, to have that old tax.
I think old Fitzgeralds have theirs.
Several do, yes. So this is a 10-year-old single barrel bottle and bond, 100 proof. I get a lot of caramelization, a lot of spiciness. 60% of the flavor every time you try a distilled spirit that's been housed in oak. 60% of the flavor is what you're trying this afternoon, and other times you try your favorite, whiskey. 60% of the flavor comes from the oak barrel influence.
I'm a big fan of this one. You got me onto this early on when I started drinking bourbon, and it was allocated hard to find. Now you can find it a little easier, and I do really, really like this.
So would you call this your daily?
This would be, if I had a daily, it would be my daily. Because again, I buy for my events. If I made this my daily, if I made this my
He's
daily,
like, you have a problem, Rob. But if I had a daily, that's what I would do.
But guess what? If I use this as my daily, I wouldn't have it for my events.
Yeah,
good point. That's the catch point here. And so the bottle. So we are in March, and so this is the bottle and bond month. March is. In March of 1897, the Bottle and Bond Act was created by the government for brand of authenticity. So distillers went to Congress in 1897 and said, help police our industry. And because there were some issues going on with authenticity and craftsmanship and what some of the distillers were doing with their
they would put tobacco leaves and stuff in it.
Tobacco, they would do herbs, spices, tobacco to help stretch the supply, and also to mask some methyl alcohol.
Because they said Colonel Taylor was in the government, and he was a big influential person to help with the bottled and bond too, right?
He was really a forerunner.
Yeah, he was genius.
You are a sharp pencil.
So basically, when you see bottle and bond, when you see the bottle and bond on the label here, just know with confidence, bottle and bond, know that it's from one distilling season, either January to June or July to December from one distillery. The new make spirit comes off the still is as clear as the water that I have right here. The spirit flavor and nuances and the color comes from the maturation cycle. Know with confidence when you see bottle of bond, it's a minimum of 4 years in oak from one distilling season, from one distillery, and then it is set in a bonded warehouse for a period of time, a government warehouse.
Not the
bottle and bond, S&A bonded warehouse.
Who makes this?
This is Heaven Hill.
I did not know that.
This is Heaven Hill.
I'm a big fan.
They are the bonded bottle and bond company.
Really?
They do Mellow, Corn. They do Rittenhouse. They do Old Fitzgerald. They are Evan Williams and Henry McKenna.
I did not know.
Evan Williams, that's my old fashioned. Evan Williams, the 100, the white bottle.
For $20 a
That's
bottle.
the best old fashioned you can have.
The best valued bottle and bond at $20 a bottle. You can't beat it.
And it makes the best old fashions.
This is delicious.
It's good.
So add some water.
I just put 2 drops.
Yeah, I did 3, only because you yell at me when I do more than that.
Clearly half the bottle.
I tried to do 1, but it didn't want to drop.
Need help?
I got it there.
You okay?
And Henry McKenna was a distiller in Kentucky. He immigrated from Ireland at age 17 in 1838. Started as a distiller in 1855. So he was a distiller in Kentucky, Tennessee. In that time frame, there were hundreds of distillers, and over time, because of a glut of whiskey, different things were happening. From the Great War, end all wars, World War I, that led into our Prohibition, that led in the Roaring '20s into the Depression, and in World War II, led in a big glut. You had distillers shuttering, and then brands, distillers like Heaven Hill would buy the recipe, buy the brand from families, and that's why brands like Buffalo Trace has 20 different whiskeys that they produce. Heaven Hill has over 10 that they produce, just because these are old legacy brands that they bought up the inventory and recipes over time.
Can you find this here locally?
Yes, you can buy it here for about $70.
But 5 years ago it was $45, right?
And before that, it was $35.
Yeah.
But it's easy to find.
I've been buying a lot at a couple of different stores here.
I mean, it's allocated, but it's on the shelf. It's kind of one of those where you walk in the right day and there's 6 on the shelf sitting.
Or it might be in their lockbox.
Yeah.
Today, I don't see this on the shelf per se. I see it when you walk in your favorite package store here or across the country. I always go to the lock boxes first to see what they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I know this won't be on the shelf for a while.
Right.
It's always going to be in that lock box.
It's very tasty, and you could find it easier to be allocated. And
For
it's,
$70.
I always have this in my locker. Like, this is one
That's good to know.
it's really good.
Yeah.
But that's because you never open.
Yeah. 100%.
Well,
But he did for the special.
but I brought this today. Where did that come from today?
Did it?
Who brought this today, Russ?
Josh brought this today. Yes, he did.
Thank you very much.
Again,
I think the last time you brought something was
I
Infinity
think
stuff.
Rob's not, he hasn't brought anything.
He's brought
I'm
nothing.
going to bring a bottle.
but he brought
Infinity.
I'm going to bring a bottle.
Okay, so Rob,
Next time you're here,
bring your favorite.
I'm going to bring my favorite, and I would love for you to talk about it.
perfect.
Oh. Hopefully, we're invited.
I mean,
Well, he is.
I know what he's bringing.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's one of 2 things.
No, you know what I'm bringing. Because I only opened it during Christmas.
Oh, I thought you might bring the barrel too.
No, I'm going to bring... I'll bring something from High West, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Always a pleasure, Russ. You are amazing.
Yes.
Yep.
Thanks for being here again, and we'll see you guys again soon.
And thanks, Josh, for bringing this.
Yeah, Josh.
You're welcome, Josh. You guys.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the B Team Podcast. I'm your host, Josh Safran. We focus on Bentonville.
Bourbon.
Business.
Boom. And my co-host is
Matt Mars.
wonderful. And our permanent
Special guest. Permanent.
Oh, he's special now. Well,
Well,
Special, permanent,
yeah.
temporary. Rob Nelson.
welcome, Rob. And we are drinking some McKenna today, so we've already had a little bit before with our man Russ Kempton, but let's do a toast for the group.
Cheers.
And I'm a big fan of this one.
Yeah.
Well, what happened, Jerad? I don't even get a
Sorry, Jeff.
fist pump.
Didn't get you. It smells nice.
And we have a really good lineup today. We're going to have Jerad Sears here from City Sessions, and I got a chance to spend some time last year, and I'm reading off your website, building community through unforgettable music experiences around Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, until Rob invited me to his house last year, I didn't even know you existed. I had no idea, and it was like the coolest thing.
Yeah, we're great at marketing.
But it was, I mean, I was like, I'm telling everybody about it.
Thank you, Josh. That's awesome.
But tell us about City Sessions.
Yeah.
This is wonderful to read on the web on the web page, but I'd love to hear
Yeah.
who you guys are and really what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is fun. Rob, thank you for the initial invite.
Don't fill his head too much.
Yeah. He already is telling us how everyone wants him here.
No,
The guest is doing some work. We can take note.
the special guest.
You're a true yes.
Yeah. He's special. We'll just stop there.
That show at Rob's house was really awesome last year. We've actually been doing this for 10 years in Bentonville. And originally with Dave and Jenny, City Sessions was a volunteer run. One of my best buddies, JD Byram, we grew up together in Bentonville. He went to Oklahoma City, school, job stuff. Music scene was pretty cool there. Came back to Bentonville and said, there is no music scene in Bentonville. This was in 2014. And so he just said, I need to do something. No one's doing anything. Literally at that time, no one was doing anything. I don't even know if the Meteor was around at that time. And so they kind of struck up a relationship and deal with Dave and Jenny where everything was volunteer run and all of the ticket proceeds went to, at that time it was called Feed Their Tummies, which is now Help One Now and the initiatives that they're a part of. So it was really cool, really special. I mean, early days, we had Ashley McBride in a living room, who's the only Grand Ole Opry woman from Arkansas ever. And so she got inducted and she was in a living room, Bo and Courtney Barrett's living room. We've had incredible artists that have like blown up and it was really, really neat. 2019, our friends, the Walton family, came and said, hey, we see what y'all are doing and we want more of this in Bentonville. And JD didn't have the capacity to do it. I was volunteering with him at the time. And I was also working at Bike Rack Brewing, doing music and events for them. So JD came to me and said, hey, do you want to run this? Because we need like somebody full-time to do it. And I was like, that's my dream. I would love to. So 2019 was amazing. And then we all know what happened in 2020. So we all tried to figure that out, right? Hard to do live music in that context. But we've been doing that now. I've been doing it full-time for, what is that? It's 4 years now. Yeah. So yeah. It's kind of hidden. Like they're mostly house concerts or like kind of DIY venues. And so, yeah, we're terrible.
I mean, I thought when Rob was like inviting us over, I thought like Rob's be DJing in the corner. Like I just had no idea what was happening. And then I show up and it's this whole big event and a real band. And I was like, this is really cool. How did I not know about this?
It's a great setup.
It really was. I mean, you got the cabasas going in the back too. He went extra. He went next level.
He always does. But what was neat too is you guys have such a big following that like I thought it would just be people that Rob and all of us invited. I mean, we got there and all kinds of people showed up.
I mean, they were selling music and they were selling T-shirts, and I'm like, it was like at a real concert.
Yeah. But in Rob's backyard. At his weird shipping container pool next to it. Yeah. Is that gone now?
It's gone.
Okay.
There's probably down in the backyard. Yeah, it's on.
That was pretty cool.
Well, can you explain to the viewers the difference between the venue we had in my backyard and then what you do throughout the year?
Yeah. So we really, to this point, and we're about to ramp up our programming, and word's getting out a lot more, and I think our brand is really strong right now, and people want more. Our house shows are selling out. But yeah, about once a month, we'll do a show. Most of the time it's in Bentonville or in the downtown Bentonville area. And we'll bring in our mission is to build community, right? We're building community through like unique, unforgettable music experiences. I'm from Bentonville, kindergarten to 12th grade, raising my family here as well. And so love this community. And I think we all, whether you've been here your whole life or you're just recently here, I think we all know that Bentonville has this sweet, hospitable, generous spirit. And artists love that. And so what we try to do is we bring in artists that are touring through or just nationally. I'll reach out. I'll bring them in. I'll bring a hometown artist in to open for them. So I'm trying to help them build community, further their career. But also in that, we're getting artists from all over that fall in love with Bentonville. Can we cuss on this podcast? No. From crappy venue, Kansas City,
Crappy is good,
to crappy venue, Tulsa, they have a spot to stop that, maybe it's a house show of 50 or 75 in Rob's backyard or 100, but it's 100 people that care.
Yeah.
They're going to buy their merch. They're, like it's a listening room experience. It's not just a party. And that was what was really cool about yours I'm always a little worried about outdoor shows. Everybody was just locked in to the music. And so that specifically that night, Mike Maines was the artist, Mike Maines and the Branches. And Kyle Jackson opened for him. Since then, Mike has convinced Kyle to leave his job to go full-time pursuing music. And I know. And Mike is like mentoring, all because of your background. No. And Mike is mentoring Kyle.
He turned it into his back. My backyard. I mean, it's a closer.
Someone's career.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
someone's life.
Did you see how he took it all away?
That's true. But I didn't. You know what? Look what I did.
Now that you mention it, I need to have a tab that's just Rob Nelson talking about how much he's done for City Sessions.
Yeah, he's like, why am I here again?
Oh, man. And then that night, we'd never done this before. We had Mike Maines had 2 shows that night. So after Rob's house, they went and did a house show at Martin and Amber Bynum's house. And we had another local artist open named Ashton Barbary, who's been around. She's done a lot of stuff around here. Ashton went through Nashville like a couple months later, hit up Mike Maines. They wrote 2 songs together while she was in Nashville, recorded in his studio. And so that's the kind of community we're talking about.
Yep.
You know, when you get to, and I don't know, this is pretty rare that people like Rob would open their house up to strangers to come in and to experience something like music, which we all know is very powerful for community building and an economic driver as well, that those relationships would be built and artists would feel supported.
But I want to double click on that a little bit, only from a standpoint of his house is, I mean, he's an amazing host and he's got a gorgeous house that's great for it. How are you finding homes to do this on a regular basis? Are people reaching out to you saying, I want to give you my home?
Yeah.
Or are you driving around the neighborhood going, well, that's a nice home. Yeah. Can we use your place?
That's how it started. That's how it started.
Yard looks pretty good.
Or you mess it up. No, we have a lot of people reach out wanting to host these shows. Again, it's the spirit of Bentonville to me. I think it's that hospitable spirit. And you know, when artists start to like get the word out, these Austin, Nashville, Kansas City, Tulsa artists start to tell their friends that, hey, while you're going from here to here, you should try to stop in Bentonville because the houses are gigantic or the hosts are sweet or whatever that is, right? And
well, he had the gigantic house, not the sweet host.
No.
He's got 50% of me.
Yeah,
Rob's a sweetheart. You guys know.
that must have been Ange.
Yeah, it must have been Ange.
So is it like, do you get on do they have to get on a schedule, or do you guys already have
The host?
a certain schedule set for this summer? Or
Yeah, we've got our stuff planned out through the summer now.
Already?
So, citysessions.org, you can see those shows. But our big event coming up, and this is like our flagship event. It's called Home Sweet Home Festival. Matt's got the shirt on today from last year. Little squirrels, our mascot. Nothing like this in the world that I know of. It's a festival, but the stages, like we go to different stages for different shows, but the stages are living rooms and backyards. So in downtown Bentonville, April 26th and 27th, we'll have 20 different homes hosting 50 different artists over the weekend. So you can buy a pass and you can sit in one house and hear, 3 different artists, 5 different artists, or you can jump from house to house and experience different artists at different places.
What does a pass cost for something like
It's
that?
$125 this year for the whole weekend.
Nice.
I mean, that's cheap. That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is really a remarkable event. We'll have 500 or 600 people, show up to it and we sell out, and that's the most that we can do at this point. I'm the only person on staff. We need some more. We need some more folks to help out to expand it, and hopefully we will next year. But
And Matt, it's amazing that weekend, right? Because you could be walking around downtown and you see groups of people going from house to house to house, and they'll kind of pop in for a little while into one backyard and then go a block over and hit another backyard.
Yep.
I mean, it becomes literally a downtown.
it's like this progressive dinner almost, but you're just going and seeing different music, hip hop.
There's no bourbon,
Americana. Oh yeah, there is.
So maybe it's like a pub crawl, but not to pubs.
Yeah.
We asked him the first episode to get us watches from Blakeman's, and that has not happened. But the least he could do was get us tickets for the event. Right? The beach.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, Rob.
My backyard's currently under construction, so
Rob's going to be an attendee this year.
Oh, no. We weren't looking to do it at your house. We were looking for you to host Matt and I.
Yeah.
3 tickets.
Yeah. On a 3-seater bike, you guys are just going to ride around town together to the next house.
It would be kind of cool rolling around in like a golf cart or something.
That would be cool.
Yeah, maybe if you could get a golf cart, then we would ride.
I'd ride with you. Get a little captain's hat.
A little B-team sponsored golf cart.
That's right.
I like that.
I know Mr. Blakeman had the purple bag. This isn't as exciting, but I do have some city sessions for you guys.
Swag is good.
Yeah. So this is our new branding. I got some stickers. And if anybody likes to play guitar, this is a little guitar keychain that you guys
nice.
they're on there. So
There we go.
yeah, looking good, man.
I got the
Well, look at you. You're repping it. You're repping.
You found a new person to help you out.
Absolutely, Matt.
I'm surprised.
I'm really good for like the first hour, and then I start having fun with everyone else.
Yeah.
You lose me.
You haven't offered up your house yet.
No, I would love to.
Where are you at? Are you in downtown?
No, we're out by Elm Tree, so we're
That's fine. You could do that.
yeah. So we should do it there sometime.
Your backyard would be perfect.
Yeah, your backyard's bigger than my backyard.
It would be good for that.
Let's go.
Your backyard's bigger than his backyard. He just said.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we have some really great sponsors too. Guess Who's a sponsor? Bike Rack's a sponsor.
Nice.
I mean, Miller Lite's unofficially a sponsor because of Dave Mars. I mean, show number one, he was like, I don't care. As long as we have a plastic table and some Miller Lite, then we're good, you know? So,
I love that.
Shout out to Miller Lite.
Yeah.
Two ones listen.
yeah, if Miller would like to sponsor.
And Miller. Hey, you never know.
That's right. Yeah, you could split that up between city sessions and the B team.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Now, so is it after all of these years and now they have you? Is it still?
yeah.
How does the charity work now with it?
Yeah, so it's we used to kind of be a thing that supported another charity, right? Be Their Tummies, Help One Now. When I started running it full time, the advice I was given was, "Hey, you are a nonprofit. Like you need to be raising money and support, to make this happen." And so they've been incredibly generous. The Walton family, through the foundation and other revenues or avenues, they've supported us along the way, and it's been amazing. But we really want this to be community supported, right? As opposed to like, and not to say that this is wrong or bad or anything, but like, a lot of nonprofits look like a NASCAR hood, right? And it's like, here's the Clorox house, here's the Nestle house, here's that they would be great sponsors for the B team as well, podcast. But what we are trying to do is say, how can we have members, or we call them partners? How can they help keep this thing going? How can sponsors that are like local real estate or, barber shops or whatever that is. Yeah. And it feels like Bentonville. It feels like our community. So we're pursuing that. We are still funded by the Walton family, a lot of it, but we bring in some ticket revenue, and then we've got like Signature Bank as a sponsor, TC Screen Prints a sponsor, Bike Rack Brewing's a sponsor. So we're always looking for, some more support in that.
Well, and when I went to get this, I wanted to buy it because I thought it was neat with the squirrel.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what's you and the squirrels.
I know. I don't know. I like it. But I went to buy it, and I was like, so how much is the shirt? And he's like, it's just donation.
So you give him $3.
I can't confirm or deny how much.
I mean, this is my favorite dollar shirt that I've ever
Rob
got.
would have given you 100, and Matt would have given you 3 singles that were all crumpled up in his pocket.
I asked him what kind of terms he had. I think I still have to
Can I get a
swear up.
receipt and can I get some change?
Is there a donation receipt to this? Like it's heard this end.
Give it to my account. Give me $1 back.
It's that weird silence when he says, just whatever you want to give. And I was like, you're like, okay, which way do I go on this?
Carrie's cooking. Give him 50. Give him 50. I'm like, 50? He's got 2 quarters he's throwing out.
I'm like, that's a squirrel, but I mean, it's not 50 sitting there.
Depends. Do you love local artists or not? Oh.
No, but you like the artist that you had at Rob's was great. It was unbelievable. We lucked out. It was the perfect weather.
Yeah, that's true.
Jerad, you've been doing this for how many years?
I've been doing it full time for 5 years. I was doing music at Bike Rack. We did a project called Bike Rack Records where we sponsored a lot of local artists and put them at Haxton Studios, recorded an album, did that a couple times. I was doing that for about 4 years before that. And then I was full time in church worship music ministry. So music's just kind of like been a thing I've been doing for a while.
So without throwing anybody under the bus, there's got to be a funny story. Like you were at someone's house, without saying names. Here we go, right? And you walked in, and what happened? There's got to be something that you can go, I never thought I would tell this story in public, but for the B Team podcast, I'm going to share something that is amazing.
And if it's at Rob's house, it's fine too.
I don't know who's going to listen. I don't want to offend any hosts, you know?
Maybe make the story a little bit more gray. Maybe don't say.
I can't. This story is like you're gonna know once you hear it if the host is hosted. But I don't know. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold on my best stories.
Give us your second best story.
He's pleading
Yeah. He's like, Josh, did you not realize this is a charity organization we're trying to run?
Once you get into,
How about a cool story?
yeah, okay, cool.
Let's hear it. What's over the top?
We're in Melody Martin's backyard. She's
that's Melody.
Melody's amazing, and this was about 4 years ago. And do you remember I don't even know if it's still around, the Nextdoor app, like a Nextdoor neighbor? Do you guys remember that at all? Yes. Where like people, it was just like you could see the people like in your surroundings talk about someone's dog or how annoying this person is. They play too whatever. Well, we start getting Nextdoor dings. Her show is in the backyard as well, so it's outdoors. And this band's pretty loud. And so we start getting Nextdoor dings. And the first thing is like, where is this music coming from? It's 8 o'clock. I mean, 8 o'clock in Bentonville is like time to go to bed, you know?
Yeah, that's
you know. But then like, we thought it was going to be a negative, but it actually was like, oh, thank you. It was actually, people were saying, man, this is awesome. I get a concert in my front porch or my backyard or whatever. And so we have not to this point been shut down or had any cops called on us yet. So that's been awesome.
Well, it's a great way to actually meet a neighbor.
It really is.
People moving into
because
I had some feedback after.
Okay, tell me about it.
And it was our neighbor in the home right next to us. And she was like, hey, sound like a great time over there, and we just didn't know what was going on, and I was like, well, you should have just came over. And we were like, well, we didn't know
I know
what to do or what not to do. It's just, that's why we're glad you're here, right? To bring awareness of what's going on. I was like, oh, sorry, I hope we weren't too loud. And they were like, no, we were hoping to figure out how to get over it.
That should just come over. Yeah, we've learned actually in the last few shows, we've asked hosts to tell their neighbors and give them free tickets.
That's smart.
So hey, tell them nobody's going to get upset. Come over for free. What'd you say?
I didn't get any free tickets.
About that.
Yeah.
This year, we got to make up.
Now we got our tickets.
We got to make up for all the $3 T-shirts.
I thought you gave back 50 cents. It was only $2.50.
$2.50. You want to round up for charity, Matt? No, okay. All right.
No, but so do you have any? You have any big people planned for this summer?
Yeah. So the Home Sweet Home Festival is we bring in a couple bigger artists, and so there's a group called the Bros Landreth out of Canada. And if you've been around City Sessions at all, we've had a group called Penny and Sparrow come in a handful of times. 2 dudes, 1 guitar. We had them at the Thaden Field House there on the airport strip, that hangar out front. Mm-hmm. We put this is 2 months before COVID, 500 people in that hangar and no acoustic treatment. And Andy and Kyle with Penny and Sparrow, I was just like, this is going to be terrible. You hear one person talk and it's just going to you could hear a pin drop. They're so good at commanding the room. Well, the Bros, Landreth, they're kind of like Canada's Penny and Sparrow. So we're really excited to have them. They're one of our headliners. And then also a guy named Abraham Alexander out of Fort Worth. He is he's a Black Americana artist with an unbelievable story. If you just Googled Abraham Alexander, you'd be inspired. And so that's going to be 2 of our big ones. And then we're celebrating our 10th birthday this year, our 10th anniversary. And even though we haven't gotten the word out and Bentonville continues to grow, we want to remind or tell people hey, we've been doing this for 10 years and here's all the cool stories and artists that we've had, throughout this process. So we're going to try to release a little mini documentary this year, like a little 12, 15 minuter, and release that in the fall and have a couple of old, bigger kind of artist names maybe come in for that. So that'd be awesome. Yeah, it was really neat. Last fall we had a band called Joseph out of Portland, 3 sisters. They played at Elda and Eric Scott's. They have like an acre lot right on Central. And we put full band out there. It was a big fundraiser show for us. We didn't get too many complaints at that one. We did have the lighting guy had his moving lights going, and I look over and he's got this moving light going right down Central, right into like drivers' windshields. And I run over and I'm like, we're going to kill somebody. And he's like, I don't care. And I was like, all right, well, we'll see what happens, you know. But, you know, honestly, we don't bring in big names.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah. But we do like to say things like, this is where you're going to meet your next favorite artist.
Yeah.
You don't know who they are, but we promise you it's going to be unforgettable. Like, we promise you it's going to be really meaningful. And so, yeah, it's pretty fun.
Are you looking for some more local talent by chance?
Always. Yeah.
Yeah, because we did it.
Oh.
We've been working a little bit. Maybe.
So, I mean, the podcast is blowing up.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've heard of the boy bands. We're creating a man band here, and we'd love to audition for you real quick to see if it'd be okay. So, are you ready? We're working on this.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Yeah. Whoa. This is why I heard this earlier.
You all,
You're looking right at my eyes.
my fire, the one desire, believe
Yeah.
when I say I want it that way.
But we are two worlds apart.
Y'all aren't even changing the words. You're just
Can't reach to your heart.
go flat. Get on top of it.
When you say that I want it that way. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a party.
Tell me why. Tell me why we're doing
But a
this.
mistake.
Yes, it was a mistake. That's why.
Here we go.
Oh, come on. Want it that way.
All right.
Now,
Look,
come on. You could use that.
we don't book cover bands, but I will make an exception.
Was that not incredible? Do you have the audience that we would pull?
I'll be honest. I have a feeling you were in front of the mirror practicing.
I could tell.
You can tell he's the
I could
only one
see
that
it in his
practiced.
eyes.
I serenaded my wife last night,
Clearly.
and I slept on the couch. Let's just be clear.
Instinct doesn't do it, huh?
No.
Or about Barry White fan.
Yes. Yeah. That Tell Me Why was god awful. That Tell Me Why was god awful.
That was like Oak Ridge
Yeah,
Boys
tell
deep.
me
That was Elvira.
You brought it together.
Good job, man.
Good.
That's
So
good.
C minus.
Like categories.
Yeah.
Vocally, it went from like B to C to F. But charisma, and I would give it an A. I'd give it an A. Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah,
art.
you guys went all in.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the guys.
I'm really proud of you guys.
I had to beg, borrow, and steal the text threads on this.
It was rough. Yeah.
I was out from the beginning.
Finally, I came in and Rob's like, he's like side text and he's like, are you really in on this? And I was like, let's just do it and get it over with.
Yeah.
Josh is not going to let it go. And I was like, well, then we can make fun about it.
I made Josh
something
like
else.
discovered.
Yeah. I don't
I'll tell you, it was a bold strategy to just not change the words at all. You just straight up, I'm Justin Timberlake, and this is,
That's what we did.
Look, I appreciate the boldness.
So if at any point somebody backs out last minute,
Yeah.
you got somebody that could fill in.
You know, I don't book cover bands, but I play in a cover band. I play in a 90s country band called Jukebox Confession. And our tagline is, if you like Luke Bryan, you're going to hate this. Okay? So everything is the honky-tonk, Garth, George, you know, Jody, Shania. So if we ever need an opener, like a 90s pop opener for the 90s country band, we could totally
And you didn't even see the dance moves. We had a choreographed.
I mean, I saw a little thrust. You
saw that?
Desk, but like,
Oh, there was a
these
thrust,
guys
all
were-
right. It was like, tell me why.
God. Now I know who we're gonna have come play for us whenever we do some special. When the people start hiring us for special events,
That's true. Hey,
we have
it's a
someone that can do
party.
90s
That's a
country.
party.
90s country.
Yeah, I'm wondering who you're gonna replace Rob with, because I think he's done after this.
I mean, that was
Yeah,
that
he's
was
like bad. He's
the
already
effort.
like-
Yeah,
I could be spending my time somewhere else.
he had the easiest party at one line.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Yeah,
I had the hardest. Mine was the hardest.
Yours was hard,
yeah. Yours was
Like
yeah.
Josh definitely threw me under the bus on that.
and you did good. You brought your solid team.
No, we're wasting a lot of good air time here.
So, if folks wanted to get in touch with you, if they wanted to find out more information, what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, so citysessions.org. I've got a great social media girl named Mia. She was actually going to be here today, but she had to bail last minute.
Smart of her to know.
Yeah, I know, it's true.
It's a train wreck.
So yeah, you can Instagram. We have a great Instagram account. You can kind of keep up to date with everything that's going on. You can reach out to me. Again, it's just me and Mia. So I'll get all the information if you guys reach out through that. If you want to host, volunteer, sponsor, you got artists that you love, send them my way. Like, I mean, we love it. We want it to be built and entrenched in community.
And all the homes are already booked and locked up.
No.
Okay.
If there's other people, we're going to start upping our programming. We're going to be doing like 2 or 3 a month now. Wow. So I'm going to be always looking for hosts. Doesn't have to just Home Sweet Home is a downtown Bentonville thing. It's all walkable, bikeable, but like anything in like the greater Bentonville kind of area, if you have space, we love indoors. It kind of keeps it more intimate. But if you've got a great outdoor space that's controlled, 40, 50, 60 people, Rob's, sounds like Matt.
I mean,
you know,
we got like 4 acres.
Let's
We could
go,
have a
man.
real
It's
park. Like,
big band.
Like if we want to do something big,
Let's
take
go
it to the
big
next
band.
level.
Are you talking
We've got it.
a new property?
Well, we could do it there too, but we could do it behind my house. The new property's in the county, so we wouldn't get in trouble with all the
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
So let's lock a date up today. Let's make it happen right on the podcast.
We're gonna call a watermelon crawl, and we're just gonna get
Yes.
out there and do.
Well, it could be. We could have camping out there and everything at this place.
Could be like a Woodstock.
Yeah,
A Mad Stock.
a
Mad stock.
We used to have Mad Stock when I was younger, before kids and being married. We called it Mad Stock.
Did y'all know this?
This is news to me. Have you heard the story?
You just called it Matt Stock, and it's actually a thing.
It's actually
we would have this party every year. I lived down in Fayetteville, and there would be hundreds of people. I knew like 50 of them. I mean, I'll never forget one of the times the party was over. I woke up the next morning and looked out to see if there's any fires still, and I go out to the barbecue grill. It's still on. And there's like 20 hamburgers that are just like charcoal.
Oh my
God. I wish I shut it off. And it wasn't 2 seconds later, my landlord pulls through and he's just like, I was like, okay, we better reel in the Mad Stock parties.
Matt Stock, first to last year.
I mean, there's never better time to bring them back.
That's amazing.
Let's make the announcement right now. In the fall, we're gonna have a big blowout party at whatever property Matt wants to do.
It's
it
done.
We'll do a city session show at Matt's. A B
We
team,
could go live.
a B team, a live B team
Live podcast
with
at Mad Stock 2.0.
with the artist, whatever artist we book, you know. So
We could get Josh maybe to pre-open, like he could when we're checking the mics.
yeah, could you do
could
something
let him
like
get up.
could you cut some
Mic check,
heads?
mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. You haven't seen me rap.
Could you cut some heads? Like,
I
in
could
a
see him
little green
showing up
room.
like
Yeah,
his-
do a little before you get on stage.
Little barbershop quartet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Barbershop duo then.
Show up in a fancy pair of Nikes and
I like it.
some parachute pants.
I like it.
Serious though, if you guys did want to do a big event in the fall,
You think I'm not serious?
yeah, I am.
I'm serious too.
I feel like we booked it today.
It's done.
Name the date.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Can we get Matt Stock shirts with Matt instead of the squirrel?
I mean, it wouldn't suck.
It would not.
That bikes and blues and all that, maybe.
Do you have a shirt hookup that I can pay like $1 for a shirt so I can make a little money on your $2.50
Yeah,
donation?
yeah. I got this guy. He does a little thing called City Sessions, and you can give him whatever you want. Sure. I need 12,000 of those squirrel shirts.
Yeah.
I will say this was the last year's shirt. It was whatever Matt wanted to get was a blessing because I got a whole tub of them trying to get around.
So for your 10-year, you got to do all the 10-year albums on there.
That would be awesome. Man, that's great.
You're like a teacher.
There was a map of downtown Bentonville.
Yeah.
All the
This is
I mean,
blowing
it's
up
all
right now.
It's all coming together right now.
Yeah. Have our whole roster of every artist we've ever booked. Like, they're not going to show up to play because they're too big. But I mean,
You should cancel every other event this year and just focus on this.
Look.
Could you imagine?
the Format Festival's not coming back. No. Am I breaking that news? Everybody know that?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
No more Format.
And I mean, we could have
back at the
Mad
campground. Back at the campground for
Like if we had like a 5-hour marathon going into overnight with
we could do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Sunday morning. I mean,
going back. I just pictured the landlord come back and he said he went like this, but I think the middle finger was up when he was doing that to you.
Look, the Format had Drag Me to the Disco. Ours is going to be part of this char-grilled hot dogs. Yeah. The 2 a.m. show. Don't walk into that barn, kids.
50 cent, 50 cent, 50 cent. Now you're a hot dog.
This is it? No music? Yeah, it's just hot dogs.
We have diagrams.
No, I love it.
We're driving sales.
We are.
The event of the year.
Yeah, we are. I think this is a big
He's just mad it's going to be bigger than the one at his house. Now I see what's
I
going
mean,
on.
I wonder how many people are going to go to Superstars after they're out there.
That's true.
It's amazing.
You know, no one thought Woodstock was going to be a big deal until it was.
The fact today that I learned that there was a Matt stock, it actually happened.
2
That's
years.
gonna be my
2
fact.
years we
2
did it.
years of Matt stock.
It was right down, if you know Fayetteville at all, off 112, right by the entrance of the Blessings. I used to live down there in the valley.
Until I kicked him out.
Wow. The Blessings almost didn't come in.
Yeah.
time
Oh,
because
well,
of
as
Matt stock.
soon as they bought that property, they came over and bought my property. Like, we need that guy to leave, and we don't care what the price is. Matt stock is not part of what we're wanting down here.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Is there any last things you want to leave the viewers with?
No,
Anything
I
else
mean,
you can share?
it's a special community. I think music is it's a gift in a way that there's not a lot of things still left in this world that is a shared experience amongst people, and there is no what do you believe politically, what do you believe spiritually, how much money do you make, whatever, and like it's the same shared experience. So music does that. It brings people together.
Yep.
And so we love what I love music, but I more so love what music does in relationships with people and community. So we're really excited about it. We're going to start doing a monthly Blake Street show as well. So if there's any Blake Street members, that's included in your membership. And then we'll continue to do the house shows and stuff. So yeah, please reach out to me. Seriously, anything of interest, So
Thanks for coming in. This was awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
It was good. Thank you so much, and for the bourbon.
For all you do for downtown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
That much more special.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it.
We'll have to have you back on after Matt Stock 3.0.
Yeah.
With videos and photos.
Oh, yeah.
And field days of follow-up.
Possibility sessions like
Matt's not going to let
He
it
won't.
go.
He won't be there.
No,
He's already playing.
No, it's already going. I'm already figuring dates out.
We may not have any more city sessions after that's over, but Matt Stock's going to continue.
If this was like an old school Howard Stern radio show, like Carrie would call in. Carrie's on the phone. We ain't doing this over our house. Grab our money. Like our phone would be blowing up. Hold on, sorry.
Okay, the one thing you have to commit to your band's going to play, though.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll do. It has to be a 2-day then.
Yeah.
We'll do like a party Friday night. Like we'll do look the what you guys call it, man band. Man band and a 90s just country honky tonk, and then Saturday we'll bring in some like real artists.
This is going to be amazing. Let's get this firmed up.
Okay.
Done.
Thanks, Jared.
Thank you guys.
Pleasure.
This was great.
This was
Appreciate what y'all are doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.